You suddenly seem cheerful lately. Sleeping better, I hope?
Sure am. Been sleeping like a newborn babe. But, well, less fussy.
I don't suppose you could share your secret. I rarely get a decent night on the ship.
Oh, it's easy. You just gotta get the tar shocked out of you when you dump a bunch of souls into a luminous Audra pillar.
Sure.
Did you catch
That
the new
can't
play
be who
by
I
the
think
Peg Leg
it is.
performers yet? It's awful.
The Green Menace? That I did. Made me want to poke out my eyes.
Sure.
Damn me for a buttered slice of hardtack. It's you, ain't it? Course not, but I know you like I know the curve of my 11th toe. The Watcher, captain of a mighty ship, god chaser and fiend slayer. Must be expensive sustaining a reputation like that, eh? I'll keep it quick, see? If your little dinghy has got some chase in it, I've got a list of captains with a black mark to their name whose ships need a quick scuttling. And I'm in the market for a scuttler. You read me like a book, you do. Then let's talk business, eh? You'll be looking to scuttle Cornu first, one of Rowatai's finest, eh? I don't ask my client what he did or what scale his death balance is. Safer to keep questions in the hold. Course you will. Knows a good opportunity when you seize it. Cornu helms a Voyager early muster in the waters north of Nakataka and south of Sayuka. Avon? Better if you don't ask. 'Cause the Deadfire's in a big, ugly power play, it is. And not everyone gets quartered for being in the game. One captain, she's a piece, standing 20 rounds distant from the real players. Another, he's a means to some unknowable end. Who's to say why they both need to die? And the type of clients he pays for the red worker scuttling. They don't blow the gaff to the elf.
Ain't no cruel eye of me. What good's a pirate who can't see? Forget navigating by the stars or shooting a pistol, I can't even swing a sword accurately now. Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you? Is this what my life boils down to? A moment of entertainment for others? I was a bosun not so long ago, and a damn good one at that. But I took a shot to the face, see? Didn't lose much skin, but the flash burned out me eyesight. I can't make out so much as a blurry shape more than a foot away. Makes me right useless on a crew now, don't it? No one'll have me for work. Andra's blessings to you for sharing, say. I thank you for your kindness and your endless pockets. The charity's much appreciated. I thank you for your kind. I thank you for your kind. I thank you. Have a pity and toss. Andra's blessings to you for shit. Have a pity and Andra's blessings to you.
Yeah. Why not? No problem.
One of my eyes be open. Have a pity and toss me a pot. Andra's blessings to you for sharing.
Eh?
Happy to oblige.
Yeah.
What can I do you for? Watcher. Guess what? No, go on and guess, really. Not a god's darned one? I feel so fine. Can you see it in me? This happiness? It's all on account of you, Watcher. Well, now, that maybe you're... How...
Got it.
A cozy traveler. Care to hear a tale? Well, I was born to a family of merchants on the Pearl Coast. I was a restless boy, and my feet took me to the Valen Republics when I came of age. I learned of the power of geography and language at my father's knee, and those skills proved useful in the republics. I had many successful years as a merchant, and then I made a mistake. I joined up with a company based in Girara that traded in beautiful weavings. But they were ill-gotten gains, forcibly produced by a weaver the company kidnapped named Bonicetta. I didn't learn the truth until it was too late. And when our crime was uncovered, I was exiled from the republics. I would like to make amends to Bonicetta personally, but it seems a distant possibility. Ah, well, I learned my lesson. I won't be played for a fool again. Ah, it is good to blend in. All the better to observe the business of those around you, yes? I was born to... I learned of the... I joined up... I would like to make... Ark, you listen to my tale. I suppose I can do that for you for... 3,000 copper? Well done. You nearly forgot something.
Fair day, traveler. Anything I can do for you, just say the word. Lady adventurer at your humble service. I was born in a deer and raised in the field, and there's nary a crevice of this archipelago I haven't seen. The living lands most off, but the Deadfire as well of late. And my goodness, if you think the Deadfire's wild, I must say, it's no more thrilling than a lady of luxury's afternoon luncheon, in comparison to the glorious madness of the living lands. Being a cipher's come in quite handy, I'll tell you that. Oh, dear me, yes. Can't seem to avoid it. Not a lick of it's my fault, of course. It's the university. Always sending me to the most dangerous corners of Eora, the skimps. If I didn't know better, I might say they were trying to kill me. There's not other way to rid themselves of a tenured professor, after all. It's just the nature of the work, you understand. I mean, goodness, if you want a lady to find you the rarest plants, you gotta send her to the most remote places. On my last expedition, my colleague Inez got herself lost looking for what was essentially a big prickly weed. No medicinal use at all. I found her, though, mostly intact, even. A blessing from the living lands, I call it, aye. But I do go on, don't I? With pleasure. Teaching is my specialty, after all. I'm gonna pack your brain with so much knowledge you're gonna have a headache for a week. That's your prerogative, I suppose. Come back if you change your mind.
No problem. Leave it to me.
That looks complicated.
Why can't do it?
Fresh fruit, vegetables, dried goods for long voyages. I got it all right here. What can I stock you up with today?
Did you hear? The gilded kestrel was lost at sea.
From Goldfin's fleet? Impossible with her wealth.
Weren't no one to bribe. The floating hangman gone. Now they're bones.
Real quiet.
There goes the captain. I think that's the captain who blew old Benny to bits.
Looks cleaner than I expected. I heard he was playing. I shall be discreet.
So you're the captain the old port's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort. Welcome to Dunnage. What are you having? I'll pour you a double. No one survives the floating hangman, or so they say. It's the ship of the dead. You spy it on the horizon, you flee as fast as you can.
Looking for work? I've got coin and a few scores to settle. You carry yourself like a person well acquainted with violence. Care to put your skills to use for a good cause? And some coin, It's simple enough. The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire. The skill and brutality of Henqua's crew was the stuff of legends.
Legendary nightmares, more like. After how they did the crew with a virtuous reward. Even that bastard Benwith wanted nothing to do with them.
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters managed to corner the firebrand and sink her off the coast of Tikawara. They confirmed Captain Henqua's death, but her senior crew members escaped unscathed. And now it seems like bringing the firebrand's crew to justice doesn't matter to anyone but me. So I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket if you do. It's nothing personal. The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery, and it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power. You've a keen eye, my friend. I reserve a bit of the firebrand story for myself, and you'll excuse me if I don't plan to share it. Let's keep business strictly business, huh? The firebrand had a mascot, a useless little bastard, who's taken to calling himself Lord Admiral Imp. He's not terribly dangerous on his own, but he's keen to make a nuisance of himself wherever he goes. Last I heard, Lord Admiral Imp was making himself comfortable in Queen's Berth. You'll find him there with a few zarups and constructs, the little buggers convinced to follow him. Bless their simple hearts. You'll be taking down Lady Ipiro, Captain Henqua's former first mate and a rumored lover. She's a cipher, and a dangerous one at that. Ipiro maintains an estate in Serpent's Crown in Neketaka. But I wouldn't recommend you rush in muzzles blasting and swords held high. She keeps a number of bodyguards on her payroll. You'll be going after Katren, the firebrand's resident wizard. Rumor has it she was once an apprentice to Arkemir before turning pirate. Last I heard, Katren and her sundry little minions could be found lazing about the sacred stair here in Neketaka at night. No idea where she disappears off to during the day. I have a challenge for you, my friend. And his name is Torkar, leader of the Firebrand's boarding parties. He's an ogre with a reputation for cleverness and cruelty both. I've even heard tell it was Torkar who was behind the Firebrand's most successful tactics, not Henkwa. Torkar was last seen at Lifte's refuge here in Dunnage. Dead set on joining a crew, or assembling his own. I trust you won't let that happen. It's nothing personal. I know a questioning eyebrow when I see one, but I suppose you have a right to know. My idiot kid sister was on the Firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister. But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take that turn on the wheel. Happy hunting.
I'm telling you, ask for Erwina in the King's Coffin. She'll make you see stars.
You half-masted sot! She's got to be 90 years old!
Leave it work.
Welcome to my emporium. Whatever you need, I sell. What would you like to buy today? I do now. I started out with only one stall and eventually branched out, buying out my competitors one by one.
The Watcher is a regular ship hunter's ship hunter.
Aye. Anyone who kills that many Valine trading bastards is a right hero of mine.
My good sir, hello. Whatever might I do for you? I'm certain there's no need to tell you, observant as you no doubt are, that I am an actor. Stage, tavern, street corner, they are as much my home as where I lay my head at night. So I travel Aora, looking for opportunities to share my gifts with the grateful masses, wherever that may lead me. Oh, goodness, yes, loads of it. I've been known to joke that I'm less a man than I am a walking bank for all the coin that I carry. The common folk do so love an actor. We bring mystery and excitement to their otherwise dreary lives. Yes, you could say we're doing the gods' work. How dare you? But you're not wrong, to my great chagrin. Times have been tough of late, what with the giant statues smashing up the place, and few in the Deadfire have coin to spare besides. It's quite difficult, you know, living as I do. On occasion, foolish folk will take my act for reality. I've thrice been run out of a town for impersonating a foreign dignitary. Damn fools don't understand the blistering wit of my satire, I tell you. I had to learn to protect myself as a result, though I must admit, what martial skills I've got aren't of use for much more than fighting off wolves or throttling a thief with designs on my satchel. Thank the gods, I hardly ever need to use them. I could talk myself out of nearly anything, you know. Well, thank you. I must say it's gratifying to be recognized for one's talents. All things being equal, I'd much rather recite a sonnet than swing an axe, but a man's got to make his way in the world any way he can. I would be honored, but a man needs to make a living, you know. So, for my services, how about 3,000 copper? Fantastic!
Got it.
My old captain was a drinker from the day he was born to the day he died. Always he was rail thin. He wound up with a wooden leg, 26 ships and a bilious fever. Sunrise is a woe, doves. The coming horizon is a sea-sized ruin.
There's no hope. That was a disaster of epic proportions if ever I directed one. A typhoon couldn't have cleared out our audience faster. What's wrong? I'll tell you what, everything. My troop's coming apart at the seams. We're short on cash, we're low on people, and we've run plumb dry on enthusiasm. We haven't drawn a decent crowd in more than a fortnight. And it ain't like pirates are hard to please. That's how you know the show really stinks. But I think I know what the problem is. We've got a lack of flair. If only I could hire more talented performers. I just know my play would take off. A better Aethus, for one. I'm the tallest one in our troupe. I'm still not very convincing, even when I bother to dye my skin blue. Also, our special stage effects aren't all that special anymore. We had someone for that role, but she got herself into debt and has a new job at the King's Coffin. Only the biggest thing to hit the Deadfire since the Vailian Trading Company started hunting us like sea hounds. I'm talking about Aethus storming through the archipelago and capsizing nearly a whole fleet of our ships. Really? Well, that's great. Then we could... Wait a tick, why would you help me? What do you get out of this? With you helping me acquire the right talent, I'd wager it's going to be phenomenal. I'm in desperate need of 2 more performers. A wizard for one, plus any oaf big enough to pose as Aethus. I happen to know a wizard of the finest skill set who already performs here in Dunnage, Taerna at the King's Coffin. But unfortunately, I got no idea of where we might find a suitable Aethus. Get me the right people for the parts, and I promise you'll be pleased with your investment. I'll turn us a profit or die trying.
They sail on their gilded brigs, and they wail to us. Put down anchor, breed, and don't much. But when should we lot, where and how?
Pleasure to see. Whatever might I do for you? May luck accompany.
Drink small, doves, and you may...
Good thinking. Let's take a look.
Oh? Eh?
Welcome to the treasure trove, sailor. Anything in my trove catches your eye, you let me know. All right.
Eh?
Real quiet now.
Sure. Sure.
Let's take a look. All right, but I'm keeping what's in there.
Captain? Aye, aye.
Hey. What do you need?
Why not?
So our charted routes were destined to cross again. You got the look of a true pirate. Anything in my trove catch...
Aye? One of my eyes be open. Ahoy, done and done. At once, I woke up in naught but a nightshirt in an old full-up squid.
That's nothing. Twice in 1 week, I woke up in a dug-up grave. Buck naked. Coffin busted, no corpse to be found. And that was before the dream started.
Only twice? And here I was thinking you were exciting.
Good day. Anything I can do for you, just with pleasure. Teaching is my specialty, after all. I'm gonna pack your brain with so much knowledge, you're gonna have a headache for a week. Excellent. Let's...
Aye.
Is that you? What's it been? 5 years? Life's been good. I keep on my feet and never stay in one place too long. Say what you want about pirates, but these Principi know how to have a good time. Sure, my money's on Rauatai, but I've avoided the Brass Citadel. Not interested in settling in, you know? I'll probably stay a little longer. There's plenty of work for a mercenary, after all. Seeing you means something big on the horizon, and time for me to move on. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping well. I hope you are too. Take care. Life's been good. I keep on my feet and never stay in one place
Wait
too
an
long.
hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead, it makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
What do you know? It really does make no difference. You, out.
A tongue be a right sharper weapon than a pistol, but a pistol'll do in a pinch.
Hello. May I help you? Need anything? I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure, mostly. A few. More than I could share in a night, to be sure. There is one that's close to my heart. It led me to my love. I was on an expedition into the backwoods of Red Seras when I came across an abandoned town. To my great surprise, I found a tremendous hoard of books in the town priest's cottage. The Red Serans are conservative folk, more so even than the Adirans. They don't have much use for reading that doesn't come from one of the holy texts of the Church of Aethys. And what a selection of books it was. Every subject represented, even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but help myself to them. I took as many as I could carry, and I can carry quite a bit. Read them all cover to cover and learned a lot too. I tired soon of wandering, so I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally, and I stayed. For a while. I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and had to go. I left my lady wife right there in our marital bed. I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire, but I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet. Well, you listened to my long tale. I suppose you are owed a trick or two. Have you?
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome to the King's Coffin. What can I do for you? Figured that out all on your own, did you? You're right, though. Inherited an old dow from my da when he passed. Right piece of shit it was, too. Realised I was bound to make more coin turning her into a tavern than letting her rot in her berth. What do you want? So long as you show me some coin.
Read something good lately? Need anything? Well, much obliged.
Touch the courtesans without their permission, and I'll break your legs. Got
God
it?
have mercy on me. Blast my God's damn soul and stupidity! Andre, save me now! My ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so I swallowed down my most valuable possession, Ngati's black tear. A gemstone, about the size of my fist. Of course now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul concoctions to no effect on account of my stomach being too strong. Years of sailing the storm-racked seas will do that to you. I started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more. I think I ain't tried that. My stomach's all black and bruised, but a blasted gem's still stuck up me. Make me puke. Whatever you gotta do, just make it happen before this cursed gem kills me. Give me something strong enough to upset even my iron gut. Rosanella's got a stand in the Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some, experimental concoctions, tweaking them after. Tell her the last one actually came close to working. Damn my gut, just kill me now. Blast my God's darn soul. Oh, usually I'm a sailor.
My, aren't you a handsome one? Did you need help with something, my dear? Isn't it obvious? I entertain, of course. It'll cost you 50 pyres, naturally. And don't let the wrinkles fool you. I'm still young at heart. And I've got more experience than most.
Leave it to me.
What do we have here? How can I ease your troubles, friend? I surprise and delight the clientele. My speciality's oils. Full-body rub-downs, right? Fit to leave you limber, clear-headed, and free of the stresses of hard living. I got other skills, of course, should you be looking. And all for a measly 200 pyres.
What for, Cap? Aye.
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. Thank you, loyal patron. I'd be happy to go back working for her, except I owe Harker over there a good deal of money. Stupid dice went cold at the wrong time. Until I pay him what I owe, 700 pyres, I'm not going anywhere. Talk it over with Harker. Maybe you'll be feeling generous. A more likely possibility is he'll try and put a knife between your ribs. Assuming he doesn't, or you survive it, you ought to know he hides his money in his private quarters. Would be a shame if someone stole it. I was playing dice and gambled on a sure thing. It turned out not to be such a sure thing, and now Harker owns my arse until I can pay off the debt. Of course, I started off owing him 250, and even though I've paid that twice, Now I'm in the hole for 700. The interest rate, this uniform, my food and drinks, they all got added onto my tab at the end of the day. I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that? You haven't heard the rumours, I take it? Some people say he's the Red King. Not a crowned king. I mean a tyrant of the seas. The Red King was a pirate with a grudge against the Valian Republics, supposed to have died years ago. But some folks say he faked his death to escape the wrath of the Valian Republics. Those same folks say that Harker was the Red King. I wouldn't go on asking him about it, if you know what I mean. Harker's got a nasty reputation, a real violent disposition, and besides, people in this port generally don't like others prying into their past. Oh, thank you, patron. I'll be debt-free in no time.
What can I do for you? Infamous to his enemies, famous to his friends. Folks deciding to call me the Red King, I had nothing to do with that. But I didn't tell them to stop neither. See, the Valian Republics drove my Dar out of business, and I repaid them in kind by taking their ships and their treasure. A whole lot of it. Got right tired of ship hunters crawling up my arse every time I went out to sea, though. So I paid off my crew, scuttled this ship here, and went my merry way. In other words, the Red King is dead. And if you ask me any more about it, you will be too.
Say what you want about pirates, but these Principi know how to have a good time.
What for, Cap?
Would you look at this? Yeah? Hey.
Yeah?
There's something I can do? Hmm? There's something I can do? Keeping an eye out.
Happy to oblige.
What can I do for you? Got to you, did she? The woman can spot a soft-hearted mark from 50 paces. Like a sixth sense or something. Remarkable. Here's the thing, though. It's more profitable for me to keep her under my thumb, so, sweet as your offer is, you can keep your money. Unless there's something else you need, I think we're done here. If I wanted something else, I'd have asked for it. What can I do for you?
Welcome back, patron. I so hope you enjoy the performance. My never-ending debt to Harker. Every time I manage a payment, the interest has gone and doubled. Don't give it to me, give it to Harker. Knowing him, he'll tack on a few extra expenses just to spite me. I can't fathom why you're doing this, but I thank you all the same.
Yeah? Of course.
Go away.
All right. But I'm keeping what's in the... All done.
Captain, aye.
Hmm? Let's take a look.
What for, Cap?
How can I ease your trouble?
What do you need? Something I can do? Hey.
What can I do for you? I made my position on that clear. You think I've changed my mind? Look at you, big spender. Word of caution now. You don't want to look too desperate around here. Pirates can sniff that out easy as stink on fish. Tierna's free to go.
Endless thanks for taking care of my debt. See you at the play.
Don't see why not.
Sure, my money's on Rauatai, but I've avoided...
Well, well, if it isn't Arca's new business partner. That's quite a lot of coin you two exchanged. Right. We all know Arca's been itching to come out of retirement and claim a bigger slice of Dunnage for himself. Eyeing a seat on a council, I bet he is. Think I'll send him your head, as a reminder to stick to selling grog and flea-infested beds.
Useless. Right, I'll be chopping you to chop.
That's not very helpful. After. That's not good.
Mo, Ixie, on us.
Can't afford another loss.
Well, well, if it isn't, don't bother lying. Several of my men think I'll send him your head.
Mo, Ixie, on us.
Worth the rock.
Yeah.
Mo, Ixie, on us. What can I do you for?
Nice hit. Yeah. 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 Why not?
Got it. Yeah? Hey.
what happened. I'm usually faster than that, I swear.
No one's that bad at Orland Slap. And I've played against some real sorry folk.
Maybe I'm just the sorriest of the lot.
Something tells me that ain't it.
A repeat customer. I like your type. What can I stock you up with today?
Something I can do? Sure.
If it's a drink you're wanting, I got enough grog stocked to drown a shark. Food's another story. What are you having? Ah, I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do the trick then. Poor bastard. There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him. Probably. It's called Andra's Bile, but I don't have all the ingredients in stock. You'll need a rotten hagfish, an unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog, and well, hope for the best. The goal is to make him vomit, remember? A rotting hagfish produces a special oil once it reaches a certain level of decay. Check the barrels around Lifter's Refuse for the rotten hagfish. You might be able to find unripened palm. Arker in the King's Coffin usually keeps some fire kelp extract on hand for special purposes.
Yeah? I trust you.
So I chartered anything in my...
What can I do for you? Sure do. And at a generously discounted price too. Be careful you don't get any of it in your eyes. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I would. No friend of mine. Let me guess, he claimed I recruited you and that I'm coming out of retirement. I don't know why no one ever believes me when I tell them that I've put that life behind me. Especially since I tend to kill him after. In any case, I suspect old weasel-faced Eamon didn't survive his encounter with you. Dumb bastard never did know when to back down.
If it's a drink you're wanting, what are you having? I'll pour you a double. I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe two, if he's really up.
Damn my gut! Just lost my... Oh! Oh, God! He's coming out the other end now! Oh, now, if you'll excuse me, I need a change of bottoms.
What do you need? Uh-huh.
I'll probably stay a little longer. There's plenty of work for a mercenary after all.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. What do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benoit. I hear you have a flair for the dramatic, or should I say, explosive antics? A magnificent way to settle one's disputes indeed. And you truly left Benoit's reputation in pieces. Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation.
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard blowing 3-sheeter getting what's long been due him.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, but no one can say you are not entertaining. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place. That he did, indeed. And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize. However, there is another matter of which we must now speak. I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen, one which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire. A few somewhat crude ones. Not many who encounter the floating hangman live to tell the tale, or otherwise record it. This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferros, is a frightful legend. We have been losing ships at sea, amico, and not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say. Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood. Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can. Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me. Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even the few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within. Out of nowhere was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end. Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No, weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it. They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan. But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am. Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care, me.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time. One moment, Watcher. How very clever of you. Indeed, the White Kestrel and her crew were pledged to Aldis. However, it is not by virtue of Aldis that Selenia yet lives, and I would have that well remembered. I can be a generous leader, you understand. Truly. Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Rivan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Rivan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon. Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka. One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume. Indeed, I do. Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead, you, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas, correct? You must search the Temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Izair's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Rivan. By all accounts, our Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia. She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Izair opposed our Rivan, and fiercely they fought to the death. Rivan's, to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Rivan lost the sword she had sworn to protect. It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet. Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Berath, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed. He chased our Darkotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath in Neketaka's sacred stair. Come, let us share a fine conversation. Aimiko, do you know how I have lived so long in this life of piracy? You may already be aware, but I am a Dokotsi Paladin, the first chair on the Consuelo, and my crews have been known to call me the last Marcheso. Contrary to popular belief, I do not overly favor speaking of myself. Who better to ask than the first chair and highest rank on the Consuelo, Mes Casitas? Ak, what is it you wish to know? What matters is not who they were, Casita. Only that we took it from them. But as you are curious, I will tell you this. The architecture of Balefire Beacon suggests dwarven craftsmanship. My own research into the island upon which I established Dunnage paints these ruins in a picture of blood and agony. Whatever dwarves sought to make their refuge here were exterminated by a crush of Naga tidal waves and great sea monsters all at once. Fortuitously for us, Ondra shelters her loyal sailors more than wayward mountain dwarves. Ak, what is it you wish to know? We are a magnificent but largely landless people, so we have come to own the sea. To survive, we must seize prosperity where we can. Hence, we're oft labeled as pirates, smugglers, merchants of illicit trade, or mercenaries. It will not always be so, but it is for now. Ak, what is it you wish to know? Indeed, Aimiko. You are correct in this assessment. We are descended from refugees who fled during Old Valia's decline. They sailed the eastern reach to the Deadfire, but they did not settle the islands. Today, even, our shipboard life continues. Ak, what is it you wish to know? Come, let us share a fine conversation. I am listening. What weighs on your mind in this moment, Cassie?
It's mine now. Quietly.
Captain? Captain?
I'll see what I can find.
Aye, aye.
Sure.
Aye, aye, aye.
Much ado to you, Casita. A word of advice. Guard your back in Dunnage. You have not yet carved a name for yourself or your crew. Yet you choose to swim in a sea of sharks. Should one take a bite, the Consuelo will not intervene. Elsewise, how might I be of assistance? You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new, by which I mean those who descended from or otherwise hold Old Valia in grand esteem, and the varied enough and uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you the latter was supremely by necessity, though perhaps I am ill-equipped to throw stones. As a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin. But you should watch yourself throughout the radiant court. You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today? I met Ferrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet. When in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition or the continued sustainability of our way of life, like some filthy new blood. Yes, our Council of Captains. There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag. As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third. Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes. The Consuelo will need to vote on it, but with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benwith, as appears to be the case, I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place, Ak. I will speak with Ferrante so that he may consider the matter further.
Gelarde. Such a solid... Who better to ask? Ak, what is it you wish to know? Come, let us Ak had good...
Captain, aye aye.
Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you? What? I'm no actor. And besides, I can't barely see nothing as it is. You really think so? Maybe I do have a mug made for the stage. I sure got the voice for it, eh? Turn me in the right direction, and I'll make me way to the Radiant Court.
Thanks muchly for bringing Taerna back to us. Her storm and weather spells will really strike an atmosphere for the play. And now that we've got a real big brute for Aethys, we can put on a proper play. Stick around for the performance. I think you'll be plenty pleased. Ladies and gentle pirates, and rapscallions too, you are in for the truest of mental treats. Without further ado, I present the Green Menace. Let us begin with our valiant new blood crews, the Lusty Rudder and Fortune's Folly. Two ships adrift at sea for weeks and weeks on a venture most daring, in search of the uncharted islands.
Woe and torture. Months at sea with no treasure to show for it. You sure these uncharted islands exist, Captain? We ain't seen land for days.
Were they easy to find, they'd be called the Chartered Islands, wouldn't they? If you're thinking to mutiny...
Land ho! Land ho! Got a lumpy-looking island coming on the horizon.
That's no island. That be the Green Menace. We're doomed for sure.
Souls and gold and glory, you will give these to me. For I am a god among gods, and a true menace upon the seas. Souls and gold and glory. Blame the Dawn Stars, for they have summoned me. And now, I must feed.
This will be the end for us, it will. Oh, Andra, take me now.
And that's the story of how Aethys sank a fleet of our best tars. Like the floating hangman, you see the Green Menace coming, you sail the other way. Thank you. Donations and gratuity are greatly appreciated. They
Almost
love
felt
us,
like
do you
I were
see?
there.
They God's damned loved us thanks to you.
Captain.
Thanks again for your help. We couldn't have done it without you.
I did it. I remembered me lines.
How was I? Bloody marvellous, I bet.
Keep it down.
You return. A friend? What would you like?
Pleasure to see you. Whatever might I do for you? Now, my friend, I can't have you. May luck